You too. Court calls the case, People versus Kenneth Miller.
Miller. Mr. Miller, say your name for the record, please.
Kenneth Miller.
Your Honor, today is the date and time set for sentencing. I do ask that the court adopt the majority of the sentence recommendation, with the exception of the scram tether. We are asking for the court to consider ceasing that tether today. Mr. Miller, since this hearing or since this incident, did enroll in home division. He's been enrolled in home division for a couple months now. He did complete a parenting class through Orchard's Children's Services, which is notated in the recommendation. That has since been completed. I did reach out to them for completion proof. I haven't received that yet, though. Mr. Miller also did complete the victims impact panel. There was a CPS case that was open as part of this incident, and that case has since been closed. So Mr. Miller has completed some good stuff since this incident happened last year. He has obviously taken responsibility for what happened and is working to improve things. So given all of that, we are asking for that, but ask that you adopt the rest of the.
Are you saying he wants to do the 4 days?
He does not want to do the 4
Okay,
days.
that's what I thought. Mr. Miller, anything you want to say before I impose sentence?
No, Your Honor.
Court does acknowledge this is not a serious misdemeanor as defined by statute. However, it does believe there are reasonable grounds to depart from the presumption of a non-probationary sentence. The alcohol screening assessment identifies the benefit of outpatient treatment and abstinence from all intoxicants. Therefore, the court will follow the recommendation of probation for a probationary sentence with the stated rehabilitative goals to promote change, prevent recidivism, and to monitor compliance of treatment. Therefore, the sentence of the court, you are placed on 24 months probation. You're to pay $1,055 fines and costs, $100 prosecution recovery costs, $100 police agency recovery costs, $720 probation oversight fees. When can you pay that?
I was hoping to set up a payment plan.
Do you have anything today?
I don't have anything today, but I will on Friday.
How much will you have on Friday?
I can pay like $50 on Friday.
This will never get paid in 24 months if it's $50.
It won't be. I can do like $200 a month.
Pay $50 this Friday, the 14th. And $200 per month beginning December.
Thank you.
There should be no use of alcohol, recreational marijuana, or any illegal substance. You'll be subject to random testing as requested by probation. You are to complete outpatient substance abuse treatment at home and revision, including all recommended aftercare with status reports to probation. You are to complete the parenting program through Orchard Children's Services with proof to probation. You're to provide proof of the victim's impact panel attendance to probation. I will continue the scram tether for an additional 30 days in lieu of 4 days in jail. I'll order 180 days in jail. Credit 1, the balance is suspended. Thank you.
Thank you.
Court does call the case of the People versus Diana Seabour.
Good morning, Judge Simpson. Attorney Carl Jordan, P 57226, appearing on behalf of Ms. Deanna Seabour, and Ms. Seabour is present, Your Honor.
All right, go ahead.
First of all, Your Honor, I apologize for running late.
Right.
I know that the time was changed, but I was in another court. No excuses. I apologize.
All right, very good.
Your Honor, with respect to Ms. Seabour, she did plead no. I did go over the PSI with her. There are no additions, deletions, or corrections made. I would just like to address what I believe would be an appropriate sentence.
Yeah, go ahead.
They are asking, Your Honor, for 29 days, 365, and I believe that they're asking for that to be held in abeyance, but that you serve 29 days. I don't believe, Your Honor, that that would be appropriate. And I'm jumping straight to that aspect because, first of all, Ms. Seabourn is extremely remorseful for what happened. She did not give a statement because she was allowed to plead no contest due to civil liability. But make no mistake about it, she took her job seriously. She did not want to harm anyone, certainly not a special needs child. This is by no means an excuse, Your Honor. But when I asked her, why she may have done what she did, because she has no prior record, she said, being spat upon at that point, she just kind of lost it. But again, I am by no means saying that that is an excuse, Your Honor, especially when you consider it as a child, and especially when you consider it as a special needs child. But I do want the court to know that had that not occurred, she would not be before any criminal judge, and I do not believe that she will be in front of any criminal judge in the future. She will complete probation successfully and go on and live her life. There have been some consequences. She did lose her job that she had as a result of these charges. So now she is doing DoorDash in addition to taking care of her sister. But again, she's sorry, she's remorseful, and she wants the court to know she has learned her lesson. Thank you, Your Honor.
Anything you want to say before I impose sentence?
No.
Well, I'm going to say this, counsel, and I appreciate the elocution. However, when I look at the circumstances of this case, this is a special needs child. Certainly some things are going to occur. Certainly it can maybe raise one's ire, but to do these things is, in my estimation, inexcusable. I mean, these parents, through each stage of a process on a day-to-day basis, entrust their child to these folks. And quite frankly, when you violate that trust, it's inexcusable in a lot of ways, in my mind. I mean, in particular, that this is a child that really cannot defend themselves if they even comprehend exactly what's happening to them. I mean, which just has to be sort of the worst thing. Was there a victim's impact statement? I was expecting that there might.
I did not receive one, and I do not see the victims present.
All right. It is a sentence of the court. Place you on probation for a period of 60 months. You're to pay $655 fines and court costs, $1,800 probation oversight fees. When can that be paid?
You said 1,800, Your Honor?
Yes, that's what I have. Yeah, it's 60 months.
Your Honor, she realistically says that she can pay $150 a month.
$150 a month. That will begin in January 2026.
Thank you, Your Honor.
There's to be no use of alcohol, recreational marijuana, or any illegal substance. You'll be subject to random testing as requested by probation. You are to complete the anger habits program. You're to complete 50 hours of community service. There's to be no contact with Elizabeth, Peter, or Eli Lorensky, if I'm pronouncing that last name correctly, that is directly or indirectly. You are not to be working with and or around any minor children. There's to be no assaultive, threatening, or intimidating behavior by you. You are not to possess any weapons, firearms, ammunition, or anything fashioned to be a weapon. You're to maintain employment with verification to probation. And let me just say this. Like I said, these parents entrust you. And, at no point, other than for the purposes of safety or other legitimate reasons, do you have the right to place your hands on that child? That's the only basis of you're trained should have been trained, and I think you were, as to how to deal with these circumstances and these situations. You're having a bad day, losing control, and doing this kind of thing is never an option. And I understand counsel isn't saying it is an excuse, but it's not an option for you when you get into that role and in that circumstance. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to order 365 days in jail. Give you credit for the 1 day that you serve. You will be remanded to serve an additional 29 days, and then the balance will be suspended. Defendant is remanded.
Your Honor, I spoke to my client about this, and she said, could she have time to get her affairs in order? And I said, well, really, what affairs do you need to get in order? I mean, you know, the president of the United States could get his affairs in order probably quickly. And she said, I do have a daughter who's 14, and I wasn't expecting to have to serve any time because it wasn't part of the negotiations. May she have at least a few days so that she can arrange for a 14-year-old to go somewhere? She does have a sister, but her sister is a person that she takes care of. Her sister was shot. She's in the courtroom. So she truly does need to make provisions with respect to her daughter. And she understands if she...
At the moment this was happening with the child, was that child permitted to make any arrangements for their care? Probably not.
Of course not.
I will not pay her the same courtesy. Defendant's remanded. She'll go today.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.